As you can tell, I have a bunch of project bags filled with a bunch of different projects, and some of the projects need to be finished, some of them just need the ends to be weaved in, and some of them actually need to be frogged, and then the skeins need to be caked up. So I figured for today's video, I would go ahead and share all the whips, all the things that are in the bags, because what I would like to start to focus on is getting through these whips. Now, my thought process for this is I will work on a whip. Once the whip is finished, then I can start a new project. Once that project is finished, I need to do another whip. That way, my content isn't just for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks straight. It's just whips and trying to get through projects, but it's also adding a new project that is fun and exciting, and also it just makes it exciting for me. I don't feel bored or feel like it's a chore or anything like that. Also, by the way, I don't know if I've introduced myself recently in my videos, but my name's Anastasia if you are new here. I crochet, I knit now, which is very exciting, and I like to share my journey and progress of crocheting and knitting and anything else that comes to mind. We're gonna start off with the first projects that I've got here with me on the couch, and I've been working on these for the last couple of videos. Although when this gets posted, I don't know that I would have worked on this because I'm filming these videos a little bit differently now. I've got a new plan to like stay consistent and all of that. So we're trying it out, seeing how it goes. But first project is a knitted beanie, and it definitely is going to be too small for my head. I think I knit very tightly, but we're almost done with it. I think it's about 10 inches now. I think I need 1 more inch, but I need to watch the tutorial to make sure because I have no idea what I'm doing after I get the length. So that's going to be one of the projects that I for sure will be finishing in the first couple times of working on whips, I think. The next project that is here is this top. I've also been working on this for a hot minute, but look at where I'm at on it. I think I'm almost done with it. I bought shorts for it last night because I want the shirt to sit a certain way on my waist, and I want it to match well with what shorts I'm wearing, and I like high-waisted shorts, okay? Also, by the way, did y'all know low-rise styles are really back in now? I had no clue, so when I went to the store and I couldn't find high-rise, like there was only a few styles of high-rise, I was like, what is this? Like when I was growing up, like high-rise was the thing. That was it. High-rise everything and barely any low-rise. I was shocked and I was appalled, because I'm a high-rise girly. So, got the shorts, got to try them on with the shirt, see how much more length I need to add to it, but then this is done, and if you've watched me work on this, you know that this has been a labor of love, but I'm very excited about it. I'm loving how it's fitting. I cannot wait to finish it and show y'all what it's looking like, and I'm so excited to wear it for our wedding anniversary trip. But those are the 2 projects that I have right here beside me on the couch. Actually, technically, no. I have 1 more project here, and this is a bag that I worked on and I finished like, I want to say a couple months ago, honestly. It may not have been a couple months. It might have been a couple weeks ago, but I need to weave in the ends still. Why I have not done that? I don't know, but it's going to get done at some point. So I'm going to go ahead, pull out a bag, and we're going to go through each and every single bag, but we're going to just do it one by one so it doesn't get overwhelming and they don't get all thrown about on the floor or the couch or anything like that. So let me grab a bag and I'll be right back. Bag number 1 here, I believe this is all of the things that need to be frogged and wound up. So we're just gonna pull things out one by one. We've got a plastic bag here. I think, yes, okay. I made a birthday banner. Well, I guess this isn't a banner. I guess it is a banner, but I made this for my daughter's birthday party one year. And I forgot to use it, but it was like a Frozen themed. Anyways, it was themed for something. The colors went well with it, but I didn't use it. I haven't reached for it, so I would like to frog this yarn and reuse it for another project. What those projects are yet, I don't know, but it's just sitting here and I'm not using it, so we're gonna frog it, put it to use somewhere else. All right, I'm gonna speed through these several things really quickly. I've got a bunch of I-cords that I made. They are too short. I don't know what to do with them, so I'm going to frog them, repurpose the yarn for something else. Not sure what, but I do love the I-cord machine, but I would like to have a project in mind when I do use yarn to put through the I-cord machine so I can make sure I make enough, number 1. Number 2, it's not too short. And yeah, so gotta frog this. I also have a scrunchie here. I just don't feel like finishing it. I'm just gonna frog it, wrap the yarn around the skein and call it a day. We've got these 2 things. I think this is from my how many projects can I make from one skein. It was the Cuddle Craft Velvet yarn from Michaels. I don't feel like finishing this. I feel like I could use this for a scrunchie or something like that. So we're gonna frog this. And then I also have this, which someone mentioned using these as placemats, which this was supposed to be a messenger bag, but I did the thermal stitch and I used the Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton yarn. It's too thick, it's too heavy. We also don't use placemats. If we did use placemats, they would get so gross and dirty because we have kids. So I'm just going to frog it and repurpose the yarn for something else. We have this bag, which I worked on recently, and I just did not like the way it was working up. So we're going to frog it as well. I have no idea what I'm going to use that yarn for, honestly. I really don't, but we'll figure it out. I've got these coasters that I also worked on a while back. I don't think the yarn is the best yarn for a coaster. I think it's a little too thin and flimsy for my liking for a coaster. So we'll frog this, turn it into something else. We've got a wristlet here, I think is what I was trying out with a different type of yarn, but this is acrylic yarn and I think it's going to stretch quite a bit. So we're gonna frog it, probably put it in scrap yarn or something like that. And then I've got some skeins here that are just all jumbled up. This is going to be a pain in my butt to figure out and try and get back into a decent shape, but it needs to be done. It's been sitting for months, literally months. I've got another skein that needs to be wound up as well, and then we've got the anniversary cake yarn that also needs to be wound up into a little cake and put with the other cakes that I have of this. So that is bag number one. I'm gonna move everything back into the bag and then we'll move on to the next one. Bag number two is actually not a bag, it is a basket. And in here we have my mesh wall net thing. And I was, not gonna lie, being a bit dramatic, okay, about this looking like a flag. And if stuff's gonna be put on it, it really doesn't matter what the colors are. So what I need to do for this project is add another skein of the cream yarn onto, I don't know which end, one of the ends, maybe this one? Yes, this end here, and then it should be done, although I think it's too small for the wall in our room, so I might put it in our kitchen instead. But that's the plan for this project. The next project is this bag, and I got a lot of comments and recommendations to look at the Japanese knot bag, see how they did the straps and do the straps for this that way. I think I want to look into that, see how it would look with this. I think maybe that would be very helpful. But yeah, definitely need to finish this bag. All I have to do is the handles, the straps. That's it, and then it's done. So that needs to be done. I also have a bandana here. I'm on the fence with this one. I don't know if I want to frog it or if I want to continue with it. And the reason why I'm hesitant about what I want to do with it is because I don't know if it's going to be flowy like I would like a bandana to be because I used a small hook. I don't know if it's going to be flimsy enough. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. If y'all would like to let me know if I should frog the bandana or keep working on it, let me know. I think I was working on it on a video or maybe a live or something. I think I can look back and see which hook size I used. Maybe I used a 3.5. Again, can't remember, but we'll look back at it. But yeah, let me know what you think I should do with it, and I'll do whatever the majority says. There we go. I also have my daughter's rug that I started with the I-cord machine. I do have all the yarn to finish it and I just haven't done it. I have to put all the yarn through the I-cord machine, make sure it doesn't mess up, things like that. Although it has not messed up on me. I think maybe one time it did, but I set it up wrong. But I need to get that done, and that way she can have a rug and it would be so cute. I mean, look at the colors. It's like a rainbow. Fun. Okay, need to get that done. And then I have a bunch of cord with this yarn here, and I think my plan was to make a bag. And because I've made so much of this already, I would like to make a bag. I've never made a bag before with like thicker yarn before, so I think that would be very fun and interesting to see how it turns out. But yeah, those are the projects that are in this basket. Those are my plans, I believe. And again, let me know what your thoughts are on the bandana. I'll do whatever the majority says. So I'm gonna put this stuff up and we'll move right on to the next one. This bag here has all of the wisteria flowers that I was making to cover my entire wall. I feel like my head looks like it's chopped off now and I'm just hanging out like my head's poking out of the bag. Anyways, my plan was to cover the entire wall. However, we have since rearranged the furniture in this room and we have a dresser there on the wall now. I also have stuff hanging up behind me. I did receive a recommendation for the mesh net wall hanging thing, the gray and white one that I just showed, to hang wisteria flowers on it as well. So I really like that idea. And I also like the idea of maybe trying to incorporate them somehow behind me. I also have the packages that people sent to me to help with the project, so those will be used as well. But yeah, that's what's in this bag here. I mean, it's just a bunch of different wisteria flowers. I may even do just like something like this where I hang them or something. I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. I think I was a bit overly ambitious. Wow, I really probably should put this down because we get the idea. We've got wisteria flowers and then all the yarn that I plan on using for it. But I'm gonna put this down so it doesn't look like my head's being cut off. But I think I was a bit overly ambitious to cover the entire wall. And I think it's okay to change the plans for projects when we're like, oh wait, maybe I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Maybe that's a little bit more than I can chew, you know? So going to be a process for sure of figuring out what exactly I want to do. But of course, if y'all have any additional recommendations of what I can do with the wisteria flowers, do let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. The second bag that I pulled up over here is this one, and this is the scrap. What is this? Oh, Granny Square Scrap Yarn Blanket. Yes, so all of my squares are in here, and I think I have like less than 100 left to make, or 60 maybe to make. I have no idea. Again, it's been a minute since I've worked on this, but I do want to get back to it. I do have a plan for the next part for this video of what exactly I'm going to be doing, so I'm very excited for y'all to see that, and I'll be coming, I would like to say this week, but it's not going to be this week. It'll be probably a couple weeks from now, but it is not being abandoned. It's just on pause for the time being. And yeah, that's what's in this bag. Let's go ahead, look at the next bag, which is actually quite full. So wish me luck that nothing falls out. All right, bag number 4. I don't know, I'm losing count already. This is full. This is pretty full. So I might have to set this one down so I don't have anything spill out, and that way it doesn't look my head is cut off either. So I believe these are projects that I would like to finish or repurpose and make them into something else. So for example, we've got curtain tiebacks. I made this for, I think, Scrap Yarn Saturday or something, I can't remember. But these are going to blend into the wall in our room. So what I would like to do is turn them into a keychain. And basically what I'm gonna have to do is just frog it to where it's about 10 inches. That's what I like to do for my keychains. And then make a couple more, because I should be able to make a couple out of this, right? I think, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But that's the plan for this project. We've got a scrunchie, need to finish that. I've got my poncho here, which I did finish, and then I didn't weave in my ends or cut off the yarn because I was unsure of how I wanted it to sit because I didn't have shorts to see where it would sit at my waist. I do now though. I finally have a pair of jean shorts. I haven't had any, and I don't know how long because I wear athletic shorts, to be completely honest. That, jeans, or leggings. So sweatpants too. Love sweatpants. But yeah, I need to finish this as well. Where is the seam? Hello? Oh no, I don't want to pull on it because then it's just gonna frog more. Okay, here it is. See, you can tell that it's kind of, wait, is that it? I don't know. Oh, it is. I just frogged it a little more. Okay, here's the seam right there. Gotta put it back on, figure out where I want it to end, finish that, and then weave in the end. So that's not gonna take very long to do, which is great. I think this is like the project that, oh well, I was going to say maybe this is the bag where the projects aren't going to take that long, but then I looked at what's next, and it's a bunch of squares. This was supposed to be my son's blanket, baby blanket, and my daughter helped me cut off some yarn. Usually I let her help cut the ends once they are weaved in and everything, right? But she took the initiative to do it without me when I wasn't quite ready to do that. So I frogged the whole thing, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it to the side. It's been to the side for 2 years now, I think. I'm pretty sure it's been 2 years. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with these. I don't know if I want to frog it and make a different blanket, or if maybe I should just suck it up and just join the squares because they're already made. I don't know, because I have this cream yarn. I have a whole pound of it because it is the Big Twist pound of yarn or something like that. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but I do have it to where I could join all the squares together. But what I'm concerned about is some of the ends I think are not good, and I'm scared that the squares are going to start unraveling because there's just not enough yarn there. But what I could do is tie on new yarn and reweave it. Maybe that's what I do. Why did I think about that before? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find a square to show y'all. Is this one of them? This is one of them. Do y'all see how short that tail? Oh, let me do like the beauty guru thing. Hello, focus. Focus. There we go. It's micro. It is a micro end. Oh my goodness. That makes me so nervous. So I think there's a couple like that. But maybe I just suck it up and just join them, because then what am I going to do with the yarn if I frog it? I don't want to add it to the scrap yarn because there's a decent amount of it. I don't know. Y'all can let me know what y'all think. I'm all about the feedback. Let me know what y'all think. Should I just join the squares all together and make the blanket, or do I do something different with the yarn? Maybe I make a different blanket for him? I don't know. Y'all can let me know. The next project in here is another curtain tie back. Again, I'm going to turn this into a wristlet. I've got, hold on, there's 3 skeins attached to it. Okay, I've got a tapestry here, a butterfly one. I wanted to hang it up in our room. I'm not very far into it. This is going to take a hot minute. Oh, there's my hair too. Isn't that lovely? It's going to take me a minute to finish this. But I think if I can sit down and focus and just do it, I think it wouldn't be terrible. So, because that's a good chunk of it, I believe. I don't know how many rows I've got left. I haven't looked at the pattern in a hot minute either. But I do want to finish this, get it hanging up in our room, living room, somewhere in the house. And yeah, by the way, that makes me think about why I also wanted to get through all my whips. We're going to take a little pause right here. I want to get through my whips because then I will have yarn for Scrap Yarn Saturdays. Because I'm doing the blanket, right? And I have the yarn for the blanket, I'm pretty sure. And if I run out of color, I pull from my stash and that's fine and dandy. But by going through my whips, I'll be able to get some more yarn. So that's great. So there's several reasons behind the madness of all this, right? So next project we're going to move on to is my hexagon pullover that I was really excited about. But now I'm wondering if it's too small, because I look at the sleeve and I'm like, why is it so small? You know? And I'm worried that I made it too small, and I'm just really nervous about it. But I have a whole panel done, and I'm just like, I feel like it's itty bitty. And it's supposed to be a pullover, and I like my stuff to be oversized. Oh, maybe I was going to add length to it or something. Oh, did I add stuff to here? Oh, I haven't added onto it over here yet. Oh, you know what? I don't know what the plan is for that. I also have the second panel that I started over here. So I would like to finish this as well. I spent a lot of time on it, and I bought yarn specifically to make this. So I would like to use the yarn for what I bought it for. But yeah, I do know that frogging it though is a bit of a pain in the butt because it gets so caught because of how it was twisted. The yarn itself. Not the stitches or anything, but yeah. I think this is one of the projects that I'm like, I don't know that I really want to finish it. I don't know what exactly I want to do with it. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try it on and see what it's fitting like, and then really determine from that if I do want to finish it or not. So we're going to keep it in this bag for now for finishing, and then if I decide later on that actually, you know what, no, I don't want to, then we'll just frog it and we'll do something else with the yarn. I think that's a good plan. And then the last thing in this bag here is all the yarn that my husband picked out for a blanket, and I did in fact start a blanket. However, I do not like the way it's turning out, so I would like to restart it and maybe find a different pattern or something. I'm not sure exactly what I want to look for, but I do know that this yarn is a little difficult to work with because it is so fuzzy and it kind of gets caught. Yeah, I don't know, but I do have the yarn for it. I would like to make my husband his blanket. My plan was to make it for him for Father's Day, and that was in June. It's now almost August, so there's that. So maybe for his birthday or Christmas, I can have it done then. I don't know. We'll see, but that is all of what was in this bag here. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's bag. Here's blanket. All right, this bag I know for sure are the projects that I just need to weave in the ends. That's it. No crocheting involved, just weaving in the ends. So I should be able to go through those pretty quickly. At least I hope. The exception to that is maybe the blanket because there are quite a few ends on this that I did not weave in. I did really good at the beginning where I was weaving after like every section or after every repeat. So I did 3 rows of the turquoise yarn, 2 rows of gold, 1 of white. Once I did each of those, I went ahead, weaved in the ends. And that was working out great. And then I took a break from the project and then I was like, oh crap, I haven't worked on it in like several months. Let me work on it. And then I was like, I just need to crochet and get through it. I'll weave in the ends later. I'm pretty sure in one video I said I was going to get the words are hard sometimes. I was going to get the ends weaved in 2 weeks. That did not happen. I don't know why I'm like this, but it is what it is. And we're going to fix that. We're going to work on it. So, got to get the ends weaved in on this blanket here. That's all I have to do, and then it's ready to go to his home. It's ready to go to its home to our friend. And then the next project in the bag is my shawl. Again, I finished it, but I didn't weave in the ends. I get very frustrated with myself because why don't I just finish it? It's not even going to take as long as it did to crochet it, so why can't I just finish it? I think that's the ADHD that I've got, to be completely honest. We're doing better. We're going to do better. We're going to try. We're going to try to do better. Yeah, but ends need to be weaved on the shawl. And then I've got several bags. Nope, that's not a bag. I've got a bucket hat. Again, ends need to be weaved in. Here's a bag, a market bag. Ends need to be weaved in. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is that everything? Oh my gosh, there's so many yarn labels in there. Okay, another bucket hat. I've got my knitted washcloth. I don't know how to weave in the ends. I don't know if it's the same as crochet, but I'm gonna have to look into it because I don't want to assume and then it come apart. So going to look into that, get the ends weaved in on that. I've got my cat ear beanie, which I made months ago, and I never finished the ends on it. So need to do that. And then I've got our dice mat here too. It's ends galore. I might just leave the ends, maybe brush out, then it has some fringe. Maybe that would be good. And then any of the ends in the middle, go ahead and just weave in those so there wouldn't be that much weaving in. We've got my daughter's hand towel, and I know she loves it because I showed it to her and she loved it, but I never, once again, weaved in the ends. I know, I'm saying that quite a bit, but that's literally every single project right here, right now in that bag. Here is a wristlet I recently made. I don't know why I cut the yarn so short because I gotta figure out how I want to attach the 2 ends together, which way would be the best method. And now I'm thinking maybe it shouldn't have been cut because maybe I should have crocheted it instead of weaving in the ends together and sewing it together. Also, I'm wondering if that's gonna be too short of a wristlet. Maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. I can always make adjustments for the next one. Here's another wristlet that I did. I just need to put the ends together, put a keychain on it, call it a day, and then it's done. And then I have a bunch of face scrubbies, I think is what these were. I don't think they were coasters. Maybe they were, I don't know, but they seem really small to be coasters. But I have a bunch of them. 4 of these, Beach Ball Blue, I think is what this yarn is by Lily Sugar and Cream. And then I've got Forest Green or something like that from Loops and Threads Classic Cotton, I think. I don't know, y'all. But again, the ends just need to be weaved in, and that's it on those. And then I've got 2 scrunchies that are done, but the ends just need to be weaved in. So I think those are all the projects in that bag. Let me go ahead, put everything up, and then I think what I want to do is maybe do a count of how many projects I need to weave in, how many projects I need to finish, and then how many projects I need to frog, because I feel like there's a crazy amount. For the next couple of videos, I'm going to be focusing on the projects that need to be actually finished. So yeah, let's get a count of all the things so we can see what I'm working with, and then maybe we can have a better idea of how long this is going to take me and try to be realistic as possible. All right, I just counted out everything and I broke them into a couple different categories. So for the number of projects that I need to weave in the ends, and that's it, I have 20. I think that's a little ridiculous, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. We're going to make it a point to weave in the ends. And I actually have made that a little bit of a habit, or working on that habit with my last couple of projects like the bucket hats and things like that that I've been working on. The next category is projects to finish. There are 17. 3 of them I think are big ones. 4 of them maybe. I don't know how many big ones there are. 2 blankets, the wisteria flowers, the mesh net wall hanging, the rug, a bag. Maybe they're all kind of larger. There's maybe a couple of small ones and then several larger ones, but 17 for that. And then I have 13 projects that I need to frog and 3 skeins to cake up. So in total, not including the skeins to cake up, I have 50 projects. I thought it was more like 20 to 30. No, I was wrong. It was 50. And then even like the projects to frog, I kind of grouped them into categories. So for example, all of the I-cords that I showed y'all that I need to frog, I counted that as 1. If a project had 2 pieces, that's just 1 project. It was for 1 project. I didn't count each piece. The coasters, they're different skeins. They were going to be different sets. Those are separate projects. So those were counted individually. But I do have quite a bit of work to do to get this. Oh, I hit y'all. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump y'all. I really need to get a different stand. Or maybe I should just get a tripod. And I feel like that would resolve a lot of the stability issues that I have sometimes. But I think by getting through these projects, I'm going to feel better, for one, because they're done and it's not like a weight on my shoulders. And I can actually get some stuff put up on the website, get it ready for a drop. Again, don't know when the drop's going to be, but we're going to figure it out. And as I get these things done, maybe I'll have more inventory than I thought I had. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think right now what I would like to do is maybe go ahead and get the skeins of yarn caked up. That way those are done, because they were not included in the 50 count of projects that I need to get done. I also would like to look at my stash, see if there's any other skeins that need to be caked up, and then that's done. And the yarn is a little bit more organized. And then when I go to do my next video, which is going to be moving my desk and reorganizing some things, I won't have to do that on top of it. So let's go ahead, get set up to cake up some yarn, and let's get it done. I'm back in the closet. It is a little wonky with the lighting and all that, but I've got my blinds open, and I really just don't like the setup of the closet. I would love to have the desk facing the window, but there are no outlets in this room. And my extension cord, I do not think would be able to reach all the way over here. Like, I think it's at its max. So the desk has to stay here, and I can't move it to face the window. And I was thinking about moving it to face the window so then I have natural lighting on me, and then I can film in here. But then you also get the entire background of my closet, and we store some stuff in here because we don't have enough room in the shed as of right now. So yeah, I think the move for the desk is to move it into our bedroom, which is going to be the next video. So if you're interested in seeing that, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell to receive all the notifications so you can receive the notification of when I upload that video. But for right now, I'm going to set up my yarn winder. I do have some yarn right here sitting on my desk looking right at me. I was trying to make the top that I've been working on, but with different yarn. And then I decided we're not going to do that. What's going on? So I'm not going to cake this up. I'm just going to wrap it around the yarn label and call it a day. So we'll just go ahead and do that, get it out of the way, put it back on the shelf. Okay, that fell. Well, that wasn't helpful. So go ahead, get this wound up real quick on the skein. These other 2 are fine, so that's great. And then we'll cake up the other yarns, and then we'll go from there. Of course, it's a little tangled. Am I surprised? No, because I was just bunching it up. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. I guess technically I'm frogging a project because I started it but never did anything with it. Oh well, it was on my desk. I wanted to get it off, so I didn't have to worry about it. Oh, my knee. It's from years of running. Uh-oh. Oops. Just put that one there. Sure. Where did I put? Oh, they go over here. I guess. Okay. Wait, don't I have another skein of that? Is that behind there? Yep. Okay. I'm not missing any yarn, although I feel like it would be hard to tell. What is going on here? What the heck? All right, focus. Don't get distracted. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be up off the floor. Okay, yarn is put up now. Also, while I'm sitting here and looking at these 2 things, I figured I would share. This has been so helpful. I highly recommend y'all make one to hold your yarning needles. Is it darning needle or yarning needle? I don't know. Y'all can let me know. But yeah, I've been calling them yarning needles because that just makes sense. But this has been so helpful. Also, my son loves playing with this and taking them all out and putting it back in. So it's like a toy too, although I make sure he doesn't stab himself. I watch him while he plays with it. Yeah. So anyways, just wanted to share that. And then the other thing that I've absolutely been loving that I made a while back with scrap yarn is my little tray. My little trinket tray. I've been keeping, I guess the yarn needle can go over here. But I keep all my stitch markers in it. Oh. And it's just been so helpful to have like a little place that's an open basket container thing, and I can just grab and go, and I don't have to get my pouch and try and dig for them or go into one of my drawers up on the top. They're just right here. Highly recommend it. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and get the yarn winder out, get it set up, get it ready, and we're going to cake up this yarn, and hopefully it doesn't take me forever. If it does, I'm just going to put a pause on it, put it to the side, because I do want to get other videos filmed today, and I would like to try and stay on task as much as I possibly can and not hyper focus on the wrong things. So let's get the yarn winder set up and cake up some yarn. Here's where I'm at with caking up the skeins. This is quite a bit of a mess, and it's really annoying me. It's like, I don't even know what's happening, y'all. It's just twisted in so many ways. Like, I can't even just pull it from this. It's just all tangled. So I don't know if it was caked up weird or not, like when they were making it. I don't know, but I've been sitting here for, let's see, 10 minutes trying to get this untangled, and I've made some progress, but not very much. So that's where I'm at. Like, what the heck? I don't want to start cutting it because I don't think that's going to help solve the problem. Like, it's this yarn, this is an end here that I've managed to put together and like keep it nice and neat, but it's literally, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see, it's pulling through the other side, and I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm trying to get it untangled as fast as I can, and it's just not happening very quickly. I don't have the patience for this. Is there an end on here? Anywhere? Okay, I'm getting somewhere now, I think. I think there is an end to the yarn. Oh, yes. Okay, great. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with that. It's like the two ends got twisted together somehow. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe that's the way I did the center pull. Who knows? Oh, I'm gonna have to eat lunch soon. I haven't eaten since breakfast. That took forever. Oh my gosh, I finally got the skein of yarn untangled. Both of the ends were like crisscross, and I pulled, I think, the outer end through the middle, and then I pulled the middle end out to the front, and it was all twisted, and then I was trying to untangle it all. I got it untangled, but then as I'm winding it, it was getting tangled because the yarn twists around itself so easily. Why, I don't know, but it is what it is. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end on a high note here because I went through my whips, got that figured out. I've got a plan of action. I'm going to work on a whip, finish it, work on a new project, finish it, and then go back and forth like that. I'll also get scrap yarn for scrap yarn Saturday. And then I also wound up 3 cakes of yarn that have been sitting there for months, maybe even a year. I don't know. Well, maybe not a year, but maybe this one. But with that being said, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out the video here on the screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are interested in seeing me set up my desk in our room and reorganizing things and all that, be sure to put on the bell to receive all the notifications of my upcoming videos. With that, that's going to be it, and I will see y'all in my next video.